Hi, I'm Shay.
And I'm Shaylin.
And today, you're watching or listening to Shay Scare Lounge. And we're on our virtual road trip. We are driving cross country. Well, Shaylin is currently by herself, picking me up in the middle of the country. And our next stop is Ohio, where we are doing The Faculty.
Right. Directed by Robert Rodriguez, one of my favorites, personal swoon in my life. Love that guy. Like his funky movies, this one included. What'd you think? Had you seen it before I made you watch it? Or okay. Well, I don't know. You said you were like, I just finished it. And I'm like,
I just finished it again today. I haven't seen it since 1998.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater. I remember that.
So I rewatched it and I still loved it. But I liked looking at it and going, "Aw, look at them.
All the famous people." Literally so many like big names in this movie, either right before they made it big or like right before they did a big series. You know, a lot of them were already acting, like Elijah Wood, and he was a child actor and everything.
Right.
But he hadn't done Lord of the Rings yet, so he wasn't
right. But he's been doing. I've been following Elijah Wood since he was like 5 or some crazy crap.
You
he was in Radio Flyer, and then he was in like
The
so many. The Good Son, so many movies. So many movies. But also Josh Hartnett. Now, is his
I still don't. I was gonna say I still will never understand that. I was not a Josh Hartnett. He's actually hotter now as a grown man, in my opinion, than he was back then. This is like the same year, as Halloween H2O that he also did.
Well, that was his first one, was Halloween H2O, and then he did this one. Same bad haircut, same hair.
I don't get it. It's like a weird bangs with like.
It sticks out he's supposed to be like the bad guy or the bad kid or like the.
Well, he's like a rich kid. His parents don't give him any attention, so then he's repeating his senior year, but he's also secretly really smart. Like he says, like, I'm a contradiction. You know, like clearly he uses big words.
So then we have
Usher. I'm looking at the thing behind you. That's why. And Usher is staring.
Usher. There was so many famous people: Jon Stewart, Selma Hayek, Usher, Robert Patrick, who was in T2 and still just as creepy.
The T-1000. Yeah, I always think of him running like he doesn't turn like.
Dude, he was totally doing the same goddamn run down that hallway. I was like, it's like the same.
I know. Thing. He's great. And then. You got Shooter McGavin. What's his real name? Chris McDonald. He's forever Shooter McGavin. I'm like so good at having you go
I'm just like, why do we have such big stars in for 5 minutes of the movie? Did we just go, why not? Let's just see if we
get it. Because it's a powerful director, you know, and I think people, they probably read the script and they liked it, you know, like it's
Clea Duvall, like so many, so like it's just jam packed full of like
Jordana Brewster or Delilah is her name of this. Her disguise is literally just glasses and a ponytail, and then nobody recognizes her.
Isn't that normally a disguise? Is glasses and a ponytail?
High school, somebody would still know you because even if you're the hot cheerleader, you have an off day sometimes and you aren't as hot. People still know it's you. Come on.
Right. She was in disguise because the aliens couldn't figure out how to put contacts in.
No.
That's what that was about.
I love that.
Tell me the premise of the movie. Tell me the premise.
I think I would explain it. An alien parasite is taking over a school, starting with the faculty, obviously, and then they're infecting the students. It's a little parasite, like worm thing. That goes into people's ear. They find one. Elijah Wood finds one on the football field, and takes it to Jon Stewart, who's like the science teacher, chem teacher, whatever. And they figure out, which is also a weird scene. Okay, they're putting it in the fish tank, and then he reaches his hand in there. I mean, what?
I want to feel it.
He's like, what does he say? The water consists. No, what is it? The water something changed, and I want to feel. And I'm like, what?
I thought
that seems like
I thought he was saying that the molecular structure of the
Yeah.
creature changed,
Oh.
and he wanted to feel it, not necessarily like the water changed.
Get
and
a
I want to feel
net.
that.
Get a
Right.
net. Like,
And then
it's
like,
so
it has
strange.
teeth.
And
Where
then
did it
bites
get
him.
teeth from? Like, ooh, it's just gross.
Yes. And so, you know, it's the classic nobody believes the kids, because actually once they're infected, the faculty becomes hotter. They start wearing makeup and they like look like a better version of themselves. So why
You're
get
so
rid of
pretty.
this? This is perfect.
You're so
Yeah.
pretty. You will be so
They're
beautiful.
so creepy. That was a good like pencil through the hand. But
That was
yeah,
good.
I don't know, an unlikely group of students. You know, you got the nerd, you got the jock, you got the cheerleader. They band together to defeat.
Okay, well, let's
this.
start off from the very beginning, the opening credits. When you were giving us names of
Yeah.
each individual character that we're supposed to be following, we know who's pretty much going to live through most of this, who our key characters are. You don't need to now tell me. I mean, I think your audience is smart enough to figure out their names once you say it enough. Hi, I'm Zeke. Hi, I'm Delilah. You've introduced them. You don't need to
But I
have.
think that was back then. I feel like that always happened in movies. Like, I feel like that was a very 90s thing. To like, that way, like, they register in your head. You know?
Maybe.
It's like, see, Mary Beth, Stokes, or whatever it is. Like, I feel like
almost like a TV show. Poor like Casey, Elijah Wood's character is like, just, dude, this is why we have problems with kids. Like, he was just bullied. Like, who picks up another kid and rams his penis into a flagpole? Like, dude, who does this?
Boys are weird. They have classes on not being a bully now. You know, they're trying to defeat that stuff. It's all about the parents. You know, you need to teach your kid not to be a bully piece of crap.
Your dad is Shooter McGavin.
Anyway, maybe part of the reason I love this movie so much is because it is a spawn of Scream's success. I don't know if you read that part. After Scream was so big, everybody wanted to do a horror movie. So
yeah, it was like and the summer of like horror flicks. It goes Scream, and then I Know What You Did Last Summer. The Faculty.
It wasn't as big. Obviously, didn't do as well. As
I
were
love The Faculty. I thought it was good.
Me too, but like I don't think it did as well at the box office as they were expecting. But it has its whole cult following, I'm sure, and they reference horror films, and it's basically Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Which
and
they make them those references multiple times. Pod people. But where are the pods?
Yeah.
Okay, please explain to me, why is it okay, I understand like the whole idea of we have the cool cheerleader who dates the head football dude, whatever. Then, which by the way, he did not come off like a quarterback in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
The characters were
sure
off.
Should have
Like,
been yeah.
Well, he then turns into the captain or whatever later, because he was an alien. Okay, he's killing people on the field, literally. So then we got the two the popular people, and then we got Elijah Wood, and then like what is her name?
Stokes. Well, it's I think her name is Stokely, but they call her Stokes for the most part.
Why?
She's me. Yeah.
So
I'm the
not
guy.
you.
Actually, no, because I'm wearing a Letterman jacket. So like,
you're the head cheerleader, by the way.
Yeah, I've been living a lie this whole
time. You have. You're like in my head. I'm like the gothic girl. Look at my Letterman jacket.
Yeah.
No.
I'm Mary Beth with the eyebrows.
I know you're more Mary Beth. Yeah. You're the alien. So you're confused. Is really what it is. So then you have the two outcasts, which Elijah Wood and Stokes. Okay, why does she have to have gross, nasty hair? Like, why?
I mean, I think I even had that back then, though. Like, it was like greasy. They're probably using mousse or gel.
And then we have the whole like Mary Beth girl who like she's from Atlanta and she wants to be friends with her.
Mary Beth Louise Hutchinson or whatever. Just like keep saying her name. I'm like, we get it.
The whole name, which that should have tipped everyone off that she's an alien because she's
fully nude. She's like naked in it. Like you can see everything.
But you have to up really high for that tasteful. Because it's tasteful. And he's like, I have a question, Mary Beth. Why are you naked?
She's like, don't you like it or whatever?
You have a problem with my body?
Yeah.
No, I felt
Because
it
my
was a
clothes
valid point.
exploded off when I became an alien. So I'm
Right.
sorry.
So now I didn't have a backup set. So
Awkward.
obviously. I had so many questions about a couple of these scenes. So they're trying to now figure out. So these 5 kids or whatever, or 6 kids, have figured out the aliens have come to this Ohio because,
That's where
you
they would
want
go. Whoa, yeah.
right. Like
Nice
he
little town.
says, he's like, well, why would they pick Ohio? Like, why? Because, well, would you, if you were an alien coming to take over the planet, would you go in? I love the references of other movies, the Independence Day, blow up the White House
Yeah.
style, or would you go in through the back door? And the other guy goes, oh, that makes sense. And just,
It's probably easier to do than taking over like all of Manhattan or something like that,
Right, because people will fight that. This is easy. Just sneak on in and invade and poor old lady was too old and her body couldn't take it. So
Oh, I know. I was like, ew, why is he like, I guess you want to help the lady, but like, get off me. I'd be like,
right, because you're naked and
yeah, that's
she decided to
inappropriate.
take off her clothes in the shower. Like that got weird.
Very weird. Yeah, it got weird.
Got real weird. And they're like, we don't want to talk about this.
Yeah. So then they figure out that the way to defeat them is to either stab them with the drug that what's his name is making, Josh Hartnett, I forget the thing, is making with in the pens, who's like, I don't know, coke, ecstasy mix, whatever.
Apparently it's
chemicals.
caffeine pills and then some other household
chemicals.
items.
So he's making like meth or something.
He's making meth. And it's a diuretic, so it dries things out, which is how it's explained.
Yeah, because they need water. Like this movie actually made me really thirsty, and I wanted to drink so much water. Like when the T1000 dude is just drinking.
He goes, he's drinking so much, it makes me want to pee just watching him.
And then she just throws, when they're walking through the closet, and she just throws it on her face. I'm like, okay, that should have been a red flag. Like nobody does that with a little thing of water. But anyway, Delilah hides it pretty long that she's actually already been.
Right.
I think it happened.
She's incognito.
Yeah.
It happened when they found out about the teacher. They probably they probably went to her house to talk to her and then got her.
And she only has like her alcoholic mom to protect her, so then she didn't have Shooter McGavin at all to help her.
Shooter McGavin, who punished him by taking away his internet and his porn.
She's like, his porno, and it's like,
I love that they're so nonchalant. Goes porno.
Yeah, it would be even worse that my mom knew there were like dirty magazines under the bed. Like that would disturb me more than them taking it away. I'd be like, oh god.
The lines he says, he's so Shooter McGavin. I'm like, you are just Shooter McGavin. Like, just is that your name in the movie? Because you're just Shooter McGavin. Yeah, like the stuff he says is just like.
What else? What other thoughts do you have on there?
So to kill this, when we find out it's Mary Beth, we already know the Delilah girl runs away and gets in a car with somebody.
Because then they start coming through her face. The like, freaky. Yeah, why is the guy out there waiting for her in the student driver car?
Did she call him? I
think she maybe they could sense one of them's in trouble. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
I have some beef with that plot.
Yeah, but there's little parts that we're just like, I don't understand. So before we find out it's Mary Beth, we're trying to figure out the queen and figure out who she is or who he is, and we assume it's a principal because she's in charge or whatever. And then they like fully kill the fucking principal. They shoot her in the head.
Oh, because much like vampires, they know that if you kill the head one, it's gonna kill all of them or turn people back to normal. So while they're at the football game. And they assume it's the principal. I don't really know why they assume that. Maybe
because she's in charge of the school, so they assume that an alien would want to be in the head person, and she's the one who's been bringing people into the office to transform them.
Mary Beth moved to that town to make it all better, make nobody feel like an outcast. Everyone would have a great family. Like it has a nice. She wanted good things to happen for everyone. You just become a better version of yourself. And I don't know. I love high school movies. I don't even know why. Like I mean, I guess I liked high school. It wasn't the highlight of my life. Like that's sad if that is, for me. But I definitely had a good time. Loved it. But yeah, so what are we measuring it on this? The weird, the parasite? I don't know, like what, or T1000? How many Shooter McGavins do you give this?
Shooter McGavins. No, we have to do Shooter McGavin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many do you give it?
I give it 4. 4 out of 5.
Oh
4 out
wow.
of 5 Shooter McGavin. It's like nostalgic because I had just gotten out of high school when this movie came out. I remember watching it. I love all of these people who are in it, and a lot of them went further their career, and I think that's great. I love seeing it when you see the ensemble when they're young before they're really like an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
And then you look back and you're like, oh, look at you guys.
I know.
How cute.
We're finally gonna agree because I will also give this 4 out of 5.
Is this the
Shooter
first
McGavin.
time, I think?
Yeah,
Is that the first
think
time we've
so.
agreed?
Yeah, because you wouldn't give Scream a 5. So I'm gonna say 4. Very strong move. I like it.
I mean,
sad it
it's
wasn't as big
cheesy,
of a hit.
it's campy, it's he
It
kills
just
the
didn't hold your
alien at the
attention
end and
the
then
whole
goes,
time.
you wouldn't have liked it here anyways.
Yeah. Facts. But yeah, I liked it.
I did. Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Like, subscribe, share if you're watching on Facebook. If you are listening on iTunes or Spotify, go ahead and write a review. Give us some stars. Tell us you like us. And it also does things for the algorithm and tells other people to listen to our shit too. So until next time, guys, we will see you on our road trip. What?
Your new crush, James Marsden, on your screen. I can see what you're looking at.
No, you can't. You can't see what I'm like. Shut up.